Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Mighty Moments from World History, presented by myself, Desmond Olivier Dingle, and assisted in its presentation by my colleague, partner, and assistant, Bernard, who you may have noticed is dressed tonight in the authentic costume of the wandering Bedouin desert folk. The story of Lawrence of Arabia has captured the hearts and imaginations of many. Hero, poet, warrior, enigma.
Intellectual giant.
Intellectual giant. He is a man with whom I feel a great affinity. But I feel sure that had we met, he would have felt a great affinity with me. In many respects, our similarities are quite uncanny. In fact, I identified so closely with Lawrence's personality that I found the reenactments of his life in our rehearsal situations indescribably painful. And for that reason, I asked Bernard to take over the burden of the title role, for which I thank him.
And I've found it's all had a profound effect on me, too. And I've had a lot of difficulty in getting through it as well. Haven't I, Desmond?
Yes, you have, Bernard. Each week in this unusual and educative program, we are aided by a special guest artist. And for our program tonight, we have invited a genuine Arabian violinist, a distinguished expert in Musica Arabia, or Arabian Muzak, Mahmoud Ibn Musa.
Pasha.
Mahmoud Pasha.
Ibn Musa.
Mahmoud Ibn
Mahmoud Pasha Ibn Musa.
Mahmoud Pasha Ibn Musa. No. When I give the word.
من فضلك? من فضلك?
Yeah, in Fadlak. No, in Fadlak.
Do I look like Peter O'Toole? You said if I wore the outfit, I'd look like Peter O'Toole.
Excuse me.
I don't, do I?
Look exactly like Peter O'Toole, Bernard. You're the spitting image of Peter. Spitting image of Peter O'Toole, Bernard. Doesn't he look like Peter O'Toole?
على طول جمال.
Peter O'Toole on his camel. He's an Arab, Bernard. If he doesn't know, nobody will.
For our examination of Lawrence's complex and intricate personality, we're going to concentrate on Lawrence mainly in Arabia, where he made his name. Obviously.
And to assist us, I have a map of the area here in my slimline executive diary, I think you can see it pretty clearly here. Here on the map, most of the major places are pretty clearly marked. There's Jeddah, for instance, where Lawrence actually arrived. She's not actually marked, but anyway, it's about there. And then he moved into the desert region, which is, well, it's actually over the page. That's Tibet, anyway. He kind of fought around this kind of region, and then went to Damascus, where he...
هنا مصر وهنا لبنان وهنا العربية سعودي.
من فضلك.
من فضلك.
من فضلك.
من فضلك.
So, that was Lawrence's desert campaign in a nutshell, basically. Oh. So, who was Lawrence? What kind of a man was he? The National Theatre of Brent very much hope that our ensuing reenactments of his life will provide you with a penetrating insight into the soul and personality of Lawrence of Arabia. And... ignore him, Bernard. He needed to play. Don't get changed now.
I am changed.
Oh, he didn't have the outfit at the beginning, did he? It was half the mystery and the attraction for him, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And now, excuse me. Can I have that, please? Can I have that, please? Thank you. It's a family show. And now to, now to set the mood for the next 40 minutes, Mahmoud,
Pasha Ibn Musa.
Ibn Musa and that will transport us back through the shimmering heat haze of time to the dunes and wadis of Lawrence's Arabia with his haunting Arabian folk melodies. No. Arabian. Arabic. No. Arabian, Eastern music. Yes. Stay here. You stay here. Sit down. I'm going to another bit of the set now. You just stay on the chair. No, not you sitting right here. Stay. Cairo. Would you wait?
Sorry?
Wait.
Sorry.
Cairo. Allied headquarters in Egypt. I give the word, Bernard. Cairo. Allied headquarters in Egypt. There is a loud knocking. There is a loud knocking. Thank you. An officer pores over a pipe. An officer pores over a map, reading a pipe. Come in. Come in. Oh, come in, Captain Lawrence.
You asked to see me, Brigadier.
Colonel.
Oh, thank you very much.
No, I am a colonel.
I see. I'm still a captain.
Yeah.
I see. Fair enough. Anyway. Yes?
I wanted a little chat with regard to this war that we're currently waging.
Which was that then?
It's the First World War.
Oh, yeah, right. Who's that between again?
Us and the Germans, isn't it?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So you want me to go to Germany?
No, I want you to go to Arabia.
What, to fight the Arabs?
No, to make friends with the Arabs who are fighting the Turks, who are friends with the Germans who are fighting us.
I see.
So what I want you to do is I want you to go to see Prince Faisal,
Yeah.
King of the Arabs,
Yeah.
and ask him would he mind,
Yeah.
right, if we was to fight the Turks on his soil.
Sand. On his sand.
Is that what it is there?
It's all sand there.
I think you're the ideal man for the job, Lawrence.
Thank you.
Reckon you can handle it?
Yes. What?
Wooing Prince Faisal.
Wooing him?
No, not literally, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Good luck.
Thank you. Might I wear the outfit?
What?
Would there be any chance of having the robes and that, the curly dagger? You see, Colonel, I'm a very different kind of kettle of fish to your average run-of-the-mill soldier.
Really?
What is impossible for another is the piece of cake for me. Have you got a bit of cake by any chance? A little bit of Swiss roll or something?
No, I haven't, I'm afraid, no.
In that case, I'll use a match. I shall now put out this match using my bare fingers. You see? Another man would have showed the pain.
You did show the pain.
Did I?
Yeah.
That was just a reflex. You see, I'm an enigma. I don't mind admitting it. Sometimes I cry for no apparent reason. See what I mean? So what do you reckon then?
think you're completely off your trolley.
Kit, the Arab kit.
Oh, I think it's a little bit early for it at this stage.
All right, then I'll just wear the bathing trunks, shall I?
Bathing trunks?
Yeah, something that sets me apart a bit. That's the important thing, isn't it? Okay, then. Well, we'll be in touch and let you know. Thanks for coming.
And I'm dismissing you, aren't I?
Are you? Oh, yes, that's right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Even then, as you will have gleaned from Bernard's deeply felt and copiously researched portrayal,
Thank you.
Lawrence was a man of strange purpose and tempestuous impulse. And immediately, he embarked upon his mission to Jeddah. Powerful little Arabian seaport, full of dhows, souks, noisome bars, the rattle of worry beads, and the scents of tamarind and roast lamb. Bernard, look at the sand. The sand's supposed to come up to here, isn't it?
I didn't have time to build any more, Desmond.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Very atmospheric. Okay. The Sheikh of Araby.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Is this Arabia?
it is, yeah.
And are you a genuine Arab person?
I'm, in fact, a genuine Arabian fisherman. As old as the hills and as wise as the moon. With a vast repository of Arabian myth, local gossip, and the current political situation.
And are you able to place the Middle Eastern crisis of 1914 within a general global context?
Yes, I am.
Then it's lucky that we met.
Is it?
Because I am Lawrence of Arabia.
Sorry?
I'm Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh.
But you may call me Orange. Orange.
Orange.
Orange.
Thank you.
I'm no stranger to the peoples of Araby. And I know that the wandering Bedou who roves the oases and dunes of the sun-whitened, ever-shifting desert sands finds it cripplingly hard to pronounce the Western L.
Well, I mean, it's not a thing you wake up sobbing about, you know what I mean? So it's a very nice gesture. I'm sure it'll be much appreciated.
What's your name?
Omar.
Omar?
Yeah. Can you say that all right?
What?
Omar.
Omar.
Good. So,
So, tell me, Omar,
yeah.
about Arabia.
Oh,
Do all the houses have the, flat roofs?
yeah. Generally speaking, most of the houses do have the
Flat roofs.
flat roofs, yeah.
Just so people can sip their cool sherbet drinks and listen to the strange music of the wind far out in the secret places of the desert.
Yeah. So they can have their washing out.
Really?
Yeah.
In England, of course, you'd fall off.
Is that because the English have no head for heights?
No, because the roof's slope.
Interesting, isn't it?
I searched for Faisal.
Who?
The Prince Faisal. Do not be afraid.
Oh, it's all right. It's just that he's a wanted man and this place is stiff with Turks.
Any chance of meeting him, do you reckon, for a bit of a tete-a-tete?
But he has got a secret place in the desert.
Where?
It's a secret, actually.
Well, how may I find him?
Well, I have a brother who's an Arabian foul-smelling camel driver.
Is he too as old as the hills and as wise as the moon?
No, he's very young and incredibly thick, but he's good with deserts. Well, here he comes now.
Oh, lead me to him.
Certainly.
What about the nets?
It's okay, they're insured. And so they mounted their camels. And there lay the desert, stretched before them. A place of many wonders.
A cruel and dry land.
No. Arabic. Something Arabic. Yeah. Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
A cruel and dry land where the mighty eagle flew. And the yellow sand snake lay coiled on the rocks in the burning sun.
And the dry-skinned lizard lay motionless. And the silence, but for the fut of the camel's hooves through the sand. Here we will stop. And here we may drink.
No!
What? What is it, Orange?
I only drink when you drink.
But I am having a drink now.
Are you?
Yeah.
I thought you was a wandering man of the desert.
Yes, well, I am a wandering man in the desert, but I'm not a bleeding lunatic, am I? I've been 800 miles beneath a scorching sun across the most inhospitable terrain known to man.
Sorry. Sorry.
Spilt, hasn't it?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Only another 1,000 miles.
Seen this?
No, not the match routine, Orange, please. No, you hold the reins with your fingers in that state. We've been through 3 boxes of Swan Vesta since we left Jeddah. Bernard, what are you doing?
A camel's thrown a shoe.
And so, Lawrence arrived at the secret encampment of Prince Faisal to be played. Can we just do that again? I've just fallen on the cushion. I should have sat on the camel stool. Not particularly funny. Some very heartless people in the audience tonight. I'd like to come and see someone have a could possibly have been a very nasty accident. And so Lawrence arrived at the secret encampment of Prince Faisal, to be played by myself. And Faisal awaited the arrival of the enigmatic, fair-skinned English soldier, poet, scholar, military expert, and archaeologist in the royal tent of the Bedouin kings. And then Faisal saw him, silhouetted against the blood-red rays of the setting sun. About the Sandots, I think it's probably a little bit early for it at this point.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then bad luck. Okay, then?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that, Bernard, but I had just introduced Faisal and Lawrence in the tent. You know what I mean?
Fair enough, not to worry.
Okay.
I'll do it later.
Yeah, later will be, the coffee, guys. Later will be, fine. Now leave it. Okay. So, you have come to observe the old desert owl in his lair.
Nest.
Nest.
The desert owl? Do I take it you are referring to yourself?
We're not talking ornithology, put it that way.
I get your drift. You pardon my metaphor.
Absolutely.
Tents have ears is the point you was making.
Well, no, it wasn't actually, no.
Oh.
But I think it's very important to bear it in mind.
What?
That tents have ears.
And tent pegs, ground sheets, camping gas twin burners. But we digress.
Yeah.
We talk in riddles, ever more complex in their oriental ambiguity.
Yes, it is getting a little bit ponderous, this conversation, to be quite frank.
Then let us feast.
Well, we have only just had lunch, actually. But I'm sure we could rustle up something.
Would there be any chance of having the robes and that?
What?
The Arab outfit?
I think it's probably a little bit early days for the full Arab kit at this stage. Maybe I'm being a little bit overcautious, but you know, well, some of the tribes...
Might find me a little bit enigmatic, perhaps.
Yeah, a little bit pretentious, possibly. A little bit OTT, if you know what I mean. I mean, you wouldn't go to Culloden in a kilt if you was a Frenchman, you know what I mean?
No. Fair enough. I get your point.
Okay.
Maybe in a couple of months?
Oh, a couple of months will be a different ball game.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Anyway, before we begin the feast, let me introduce you to some of the major sheikhs and tribal chieftains.
I've no idea. I presumed he was alone.
Oh, no, they've been lurking forebodingly in the shadows of the tent flaps, drinking hot sweet tea and playing dice and recounting the ancient legends. Come in, boys. Come in. I want you to meet Captain Lawrence here of the British Army. You'll probably want to call him Orange, owing to the trouble we have with the L's.
I am very pleased to meet you all. I am Orange of Arabia.
Cut the of Arabia bit, Orange. Is that possible?
Sure.
Okay. Just that they're a little bit touchy.
Okay.
Okay. So, now let me introduce you now. This is Sheikh Abu Ben Saud. Sheikh Ben Saud Abu. Sheikh Ben Abu Saud. Sheikh Ben Abu Ben Saud. This is Sheikh Abu Ben Saud. This is Sheikh Abu Ben Saud. Sheikh Abu Saud. Sheikh Abu Ben Saud. Sheikh Abu Ben. Sheikh Abu Bubu Saud. Sheikh Abu Bubu Benji Saud. Sheikh Abu Benji Saud. Sheikh Abu Dhabi Benji Saud. Sheikh Abu Dhabi Dingy Dudu Saud. Sheikh Abu Diggy Tinky Saud. This is Abu Dhabi Tinky Longa Saud. Sheikh Abu Dhabi Azzy Father. And that's all we can fit into the tent at the moment.
Well, this truly is an honor. And your common hatred of the Turk drew you to this place on this day from thousands of miles around.
Well, there was the free meal, of course. But I think I can safely say we're pretty solid on this one. So, let's begin the feast.
And, what will we be having?
Well, we're having a traditional Arabian dish beloved of the wandering Bedouin tribesmen. The massive haunches of lamb served in a vast copper bowl, served with saffron rice and rare Arabian spices.
Really?
Well, it's roast lamb, rice, and a couple of bay leaves basted with a dash of Worcester sauce, but we all seem to like it. Never had any complaints yet.
And, will there be any pudding?
Well, we don't normally play up puddings in Arabia. Just a couple of sugared eyeballs with a coffee.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, don't hang about. Tuck in. So here we are then, all the tribes of Arabia all gathered together in the same place, all ready to get the Arab revolt off the ground.
Hooray!
So, Orange, how do you find our feast, sitting here amid the desert spaces?
I like it well. But this is not Damascus.
What?
This is not Damascus.
But that's an incredibly cryptic thing to say. Do you by any chance mean that you will unite the disparate nomadic peoples, form a mighty Arabian army, cross the impenetrable Hejaz Desert, take Aqaba and Wedge, recapture the capital Damascus, storm Jerusalem, crush the entire Ottoman Empire and form an independent Arab nation?
More or less.
Yeah. It is incredible. I had no idea you had such visions. What an extraordinary man you are, Orange.
Well, I did drop a few hints that I was pretty enigmatic and mysterious.
Well, I had no idea how enigmatic and mysterious. Why, you're even more enigmatic and mysterious than me. And I'm the most unfathomable Arab going. And I can't understand what I'm saying half the time. Jerusalem, Damascus, look at all the sheikhs. They're going bananas with the rice now. You've captured their imaginations. You're compulsively magnetic.
Together we will scatter the scorpions beneath our golden hooves. And we will ride our stallions through the Damascus seas. And we will write epic verses, sack dates, and swing high our scimitars of cleansing fire!
Oh, God, there's rice and meat everywhere now.
I take a leg!
Not the match routine, Orange. I beg of you, please. We can't bear the excitement no more.
Very well.
So, will you lead us, Orange?
Yes. But first, I will have my pudding.
Welcome back to Mighty Moments from World History. One of my prime intentions in the series is to break down misconceptions. Misconceptions not only about history, but also about people and other nations and other cultures and so forth. And so in order to really understand the Arab revolt and the Turkish situation and the whole Middle Eastern crisis of the 1914-18 period, I am going to ask Bernard, as Lawrence of Arabia, to sit, as it were, on the hot seat of history and to face questions put to him by our largely academic audience in the studio tonight. So, Bernard, as Lawrence of Arabia, take the chair, please. feel your way back into the character, please, Bernard.
Yeah.
You are he.
Yeah.
So do we have a question, please, from a lady or gentleman in the audience tonight? Just raise your hand if there's a question, please. Oh, yes. There's a lady over there. Thank you.
Where were you born?
Acton.
No, you...
I was?
No, you're Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
So,
What?
where were you born, Lawrence? Wales.
Wales.
Thank you very much indeed. And the next question, please.
What's your favourite animal?
We was actually hoping for a serious, historically probing...
Wales.
No. Your favourite animal?
Wales.
Wales. Thank you. And the next question, please. Yes, there's a gentleman over there.
What is the most inexpensive way of lagging a pipe?
What the hell are you on about?
I think I can answer this one, gentlemen.
What sort of rain you didn't know about lagging pipes?
First of all, you buy some inexpensive lagging or lagger from your local hardware shop, and you wrap it round your pipes, making sure there's plenty of lagging round the joints. This prevents heat loss in the desert.
Thank you. Thank you. Another question, please. Yes.
I've got a rush on the inside of my thigh.
The next question, please. Thank you. And a lady over there, I think.
I have a boyfriend who's a salesman in Stockton-on-Tees, and I love him very much, but I haven't seen him for 18 months.
Oh, for God's sake. What a serious historical question, please. Yes, there's a gentleman there.
When the Arabs attacked Aqaba, why did you move down the Shalimar Ridge and not employ delaying tactics down the eastern defile?
Bernard?
You had this rash long?
And the next, please. The gentleman over there.
Yes. My girlfriend is 7 foot
Will you
tall.
shut up? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid owing to some rather irresponsible and trivial, unhelpful questions this evening, we're going to have to bring this unique moment in living history to a close.
I think we've got time for one
No,
more
we haven't.
question. We have somewhere in the audience,
No, we
please.
haven't.
Yes, one more question, please.
For what? One more.
Did Lawrence have any hobbies?
Yes, I did, actually.
No, Bernard.
As it
He
happens,
didn't have any hobbies.
I had one favourite hobby, which was performing the sand dance.
No. Did you plant that question?
No?
Yes, you did, Bernard. You
I
know.
thought you liked the sand dance, Desmond.
All right, yes, it's very nice. Lovely.
Hey!
Lawrence's great gift was to step where angels feared to tread. I have done things that other men have only dreamt of doing.
He said in his book.
How many men could say the same? And now, ladies and gentlemen, the National Theatre of Brent take great pleasure in reenacting for you a crucial moment in the desert campaign. The famous train blowing up attack that occurred on the Hejaz. Say it, please. Hejaz. With the all together, please. Hejaz. One more time, please.
Yes.
Railway.
Railway.
But no Bernard. When the Arabian army ambushed a Turkish supply train and blew it to smithereens, a man stood on a mighty sand dune in the awesome silence of the desert, a desert that shimmers in a myriad of colors, the royal purple of the morning sun turning to burnt ochre, yellow and burnished gold as the sun rises to its zenith. He stops, he stands, he waits, he turns his head, and then we see them, The entire Arabian army, their wind-lashed, nut-brown faces beneath the glittering pennants and headed headdress of their tribe. All eyes are upon Lawrence, their leader. And then Lawrence gazes back at them, and he sees them there, and feels the wind upon his face, sees his life pass before him, sees the colours dance upon the sand, and then suddenly we see it, a thin wisp of black smoke, the Turkish supply train, the buzz and the hum on the glittering rails that pass like silver snakes below them, and here comes the train, charging toward the waiting Arabian army. Thank you. Mahmoud, Pasha ibn Musa. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in order to represent for you the exploding train with as much verisimilitude as possible, I have arranged for a perfect reconstruction of the Turkish train and the Hejaz Railroad as it winds its way across the Saudi Arabian deserts. Closer and closer, closer and closer comes the Turkish train. Lawrence's hand is raised. His other hand is fixed upon the plunger. All eyes are upon Lawrence. Lawrence's eyes upon the train, upon the dynamited track.
But I'm doing the driving.
I'm doing the whistle,
Do the whistle, Bern. I will do the driving.
Ready? Hang on, Bernard. Now do the signal now. Do the signal. Do the signal. No, not the point. No, I do the points.
I thought I did the points.
No, I do the points. You do the signal.
But you do the driving.
I do the driving and the points, Bernard. Wait, do the signal now. Get that camel off the track. Closer and closer. Closer and closer comes the train. Lawrence's hand is fixed with whiter knuckles upon the plunger. 5 seconds before the train explodes in a welter of fire, steam, and twisting metal. 5, 4, 3, 2, wow! What are you doing?
What?
What's that?
A mallet.
A mallet? Have you gone completely mad?
We're going to smash the train in a welter of fire, steam, and twisted metal.
We are not.
I thought that was the point, Desmond.
This is my Hornby. Part of my childhood, as it happens. Well, I've omitted its use in this episode on the strict understanding it wasn't fiddled with, tampered with, or even scratched, let alone been smashed to bits with a mallet.
Well, we could push it off the table.
No, Bernard!
Well, I think people are going to be very disappointed, Desmond. Having gotten worked up to fever pitch. If you don't satisfy them now, they might go wild. They want to see what happens when a train blows up. You can't just send it back in its tunnel.
Very well. I will personally derail my own train. Great! God, you've got a cruel streak in you, haven't you, Bernard? There's some pretty nasty people here tonight. Thank you. And Lawrence pushed down the plunger. And as the train swept down the dynamited track, a mighty roar echoed around the silent dunes, and the train rose up and plunged down the side, rolling and twisting as it fell, dying amid smoke and steam and fire, as in the last death throes of some ancient prehistoric beast. Hey! Bernard! Get me that train! Get me here!
Oh,
No, Bernard! Get off your spoilers! I am Bernard! No, Bernard! Well, as you can see, I'm riding on a camel.
I can't say you're on a camel.
Bernard, there was no way we could have fitted a full-size camel into a television studio. This way, the animal remains in its natural habitat.
What, in the zoo?
Zoo? And the ladies and gentlemen at home can identify with the image of a hero figure straddling the ship of the desert.
Well, how come you get to straddle it? I'm playing Lawrence of Arabia.
Look, it is a well-known fact that Lawrence of Arabia had a multifaceted personality. This way we can see a different side.
What side?
Well, more a devil-may-care camel riding side, galloping wildly across the dunes and waddies of the Arabian steppes and hinterland. Can you move it on a bit? Anyway, Bernard, you're playing Churchill. You should be pleased. That's 2 figures of world stature you're playing in one episode. I only get to play Faisal, an Arabian fisherman.
Well, how come they get all the lines?
Go and get changed for Churchill now, Bernard, please. Go on. And get me a cheese sandwich and a Diet Pepsi, please.
Do come in, Lawrence. Sit down.
Thank you very much.
Would you like a glass of sherry?
I do not drink the alcohol, but do you by any chance have a sherbet?
Is that the boiled sweet with the fizzy middle?
No, I was referring more to the delicate pastel-hued beverage beloved of the wandering desert folk.
Then I'm afraid we cannot help you on this one.
In that case, I will forgo the beverage, sir.
By the way, please do not call me sir. Please call me Winston.
Certainly.
Thank you, Lawrence of Arabia.
And please, do not call me Lawrence of Arabia.
Very well. May I call you something else?
Well, I am considering a major shifting of the name, but owing to the rather delicate situation concerning my mental health, I have not made a decision at this juncture.
Any ideas?
Probably be a single-syllable job.
Sure.
Possibly.
Sorry?
Possibly, sure.
I see. Fair enough. Anyhow, seeing as you're not Lawrence of Arabia no more, we was wondering, me and the cabinet, and the PM, and Lady Astor, and Bernard Shaw, and everybody, and the King and I, if you'd like to work for the government in a kind of ministerial capacity.
I was thinking more of the Air Force more.
What do you mean? Air Vice Chief Commodore, something like that?
I was meaning more a mechanic more.
A mechanic?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What are we talking about here? You mean, the man who oils the engines? Changes the wheel?
Yes. He paints the white lines on the runways.
I see.
I want to suffer.
Absolutely. Is this the, mind unhinging a little bit here, perhaps?
I think it is possible.
Hello. Put me through to the Air Ministry, please. Philip Sassoon. Winston Churchill here. Hello, Philip. Winston here, Phil. I've got Lawrence of Arabia in the office. And we've been discussing a couple of things, and we was wondering if you got anything he could do in the RAF. He says, can you fly a sop with camel? He's a laugh, isn't he?
I want to swab out the toilets, Winston.
He was looking for something more kind of medium.
I want to paint white lines. Just clear sky and cool water and white lines.
More the, line painting region. More the, latrine swabbing on that. Yes, there is a little bit of the old, unhinging. Ah, yes, marvelous. Okay. Well, bye.
Thank you very much indeed.
So, well,
Thank you.
maybe see you at the Astors this weekend.
Yes, I might come on my new motorbike.
That's a date. Oh, get it, date. Oh, don't get the Oh, no offense intended. Thank you for coming.
It's okay. It is me. Yeah, you're probably a little bit surprised to see me walking into my perfectly ordinary study, sporting a pipe and a red beard. Well, at least some of you will be. Others of you will be momentarily convinced that I was, in fact, another very famous person and are suffering from a very common historical confusion, and there's no need to be ashamed about this. Namely, that T.E. Lawrence was, in fact, the same man as the famous D.H. Lawrence, to whom, with a red beard and a pipe, I do bear an uncanny resemblance. As I say, it's a very common historical confusion, and it can happen to anybody, but I think it's important to really clear up the confusion between the two men so as to, to not con the head, as it were, any difficulties at the outset. So, D.H. Lawrence and T.E. Lawrence, both of them writers, both controversial figures with complex personalities, both travelling men, both men, of course, both quite short, both quite short men. But despite these similarities, they were in fact very, very different people. For a start, there's the giveaway beard. One has it, the other one doesn't. Then, of course, there's the question of the clothing. T.E. in his shorts and Bedouin outfit. D.H. in his hobnail boots, little scarf and mining outfit. Not forgetting, of course, the consumptive cough that he developed in his later years after a lifetime at the coalface where he wrote most of his major films. Then, of course, there is the question of sexual proclivities. D.H. Lawrence did write some fairly explicit material concerning sexual proclivity. And he did do some pretty, well, he did get up to a fair amount of hanky-panky in his time. Now, I'm a very broad-minded man, and I'm not here to judge, but I do happen to know that he used to wrestle in the nude with various leading political figures and miners, talk very explicitly about figs, and generally swim with his clothes on. As I say, I'm not here to judge. I'm only here to record the facts, but those are the facts. Now, T.E., I'm very, very happy to say, is a totally different league. He's a completely different ballgame, T.E. I mean, he didn't have to write Lady Chatterley's Lover and Fanny Hill and The Confessions of a Window Cleaner to pay the rent, and those are only the better-known titles. He wrote the 39 Steps and was proud of it. From cover to cover, you won't find anything even remotely near the knuckle. T.E. Lawrence appeals to a family audience, and that's the important thing today, I think you'll agree. Now, all right. He didn't get married. I'm not going to sit here and try and pretend that he did. He didn't have a girlfriend. And he only had two close women friends in his life, Mrs. Shaw and Lady Astor, both of whom was very happily married themselves. And in his later years, he did, occasionally, get a young airman to whip him. Quite normal in the RAF at the time. So, I think that explains it all pretty cogently, and will probably help to clear up any little historical confusions and sort out any discrepancies in your historical knowledge. It's another way in which a regular viewing of the series will help to sort out any confusions and problems in your own historical accuracy. So,
Oh, we're going to do the whipping scene then, Desmond?
you're ridiculous, Bernard. Where the hell have you been?
Sun dancing.
A state of you. This is your fault.
Min fadlak?
Oh, shut up. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, T.E. Lawrence was a very famous poet. And I would like to read some poems that I have penned myself in the distinctive Arabian poetry style, normally written at night under the influence of a drugged hookah. Not, I'm very glad to say, the means I have used to achieve the same effect. Oh, perfumes of the desert, beguile me on my mat. A loaf of bread, a glass of wine, and thee. Sorry, thee, my Rubaiyat. Across the scorching desert, where the sun has shone, the moving finger moves across the sand. And having moved, moves on. Having moved, moves on.
finding it a little irritating.
What?
The humming.
Sorry. Oh, no. Like a little plastic fork now. I don't know why they bother giving you a plastic fork in these dates. You have a couple of dates, then wallop every time a little plastic fork.
Oh, Ma.
Right.
I'm trying to write a poem.
Oh, we're very fond of poetry, the Bedouins. I wandered lonely as a camel. Here's a good one. The boy stood on the burning camel, and lo, I saw a host of golden camels.
This is a personal poem. It's about pain and depression. What rhymes with oasis?
Yeah, we have a lot of trouble with that one. You're probably a bit nervous about tomorrow.
What about tomorrow?
Well, it's a big day, isn't it? The storm of Damascus, isn't it, tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
And it's Turks out, Arabs in. Boom!
Yeah, what happens to me then? Back to Colwyn Bay, I suppose.
Where?
Colwyn Bay. I could be king of Arabia, I suppose. What's the point? I'm not an Arab. I never will be. When I was a boy, I used to ride my bicycle very fast up incredibly steep hills until I nearly gave myself a cardiac arrest. Then I'd walk down the other side. Pretty weird, eh?
There is a saying, Orange.
Lawrence! I haven't even got my own name anymore.
No, it's just that we can't say the L's.
I know.
It is said, Orange, that when you walk through life, there's always two sets of footprints in the sand behind you. Yours and Allah's. Except when you're feeling very unhappy, then there is only one set.
Of course, Allah's gone off and left you as well.
No. Then he's carrying you in his arms.
Oh. I was never held.
What?
I do not recall being held by anybody.
Oh.
They'd leave me screaming in my pram at the bottom of the garden.
Really?
Or put me in the fridge.
What?
Put me in the fridge.
Oh. Would you like me to hold you now?
If you like.
Just a thought.
It's up to you.
When you wish upon a star.
Did you have a nice childhood?
Yeah. Well, my father was a camel driver. My mother was a lady camel driver. So most of my life's been taken up with
Camels.
Yeah. Makes no difference who you are when you wish upon a star. Your dreams come true.